Good morning, dear students. Today you will be playing with me a quiz on lesson number 3, the earth and its living world. But for that, you need to listen this lesson very carefully because I am going to ask you in between some questions based on those paragraphs. You will be getting 30 seconds for each question. Listen that question very carefully and keep your notebook and pen ready so that you can immediately start with your answer. And don't forget to listen that paragraph very carefully. So, are you ready, children? Let's begin it.
There are many different sources of water, but rain is the main source of water. We get water for many purposes because of rain. Farmers grow crops and we get food to eat. Pure and fresh air is very important for our healthy life. We get heat and light from the sun. The sun is the cause of many natural processes on the earth. Water, land, and air constitute envelopes of the earth, namely the hydrosphere, lithosphere, and atmosphere. The biosphere spreads in all the other three spheres.
My first question is write names of 4 spheres. I repeat, write names of 4 spheres. And your time starts now. And the answer is hydrosphere, lithosphere, atmosphere and biosphere.
The land is not even in all places. The unevenness gives different shapes to the land in different places. They are called landforms. In the picture above, you can see some landforms like the plain, hill, mountain, etc. Now, let's learn about the hydrosphere of the earth. 2/3 of the earth's surface is covered with water. Most of this water is in the ocean. Ocean water is salty. There are 5 oceans. They are the Atlantic, Pacific, Arctic, the Southern Ocean, and the Indian Ocean.
My second question is write names of 5 oceans. Now check your answers, children. There are 5 oceans: the Atlantic, Pacific, Arctic, the Southern Ocean and the Indian Ocean.
The land along the margins of an ocean is called the coastal region. Water bodies of different shapes and sizes are formed along the coast. For example, sea, bay. It means a broad inlet of sea where the land curves inwards. Strait means a narrow passage of water connecting two seas or two other large areas of water. Gulf. It means a deep inlet of the sea, almost surrounded by land with a narrow mouth. Creek means a narrow, sheltered waterway, especially an inlet in a short line or a channel of seawater. These water bodies are part of the ocean. Now, let's learn about the other sources of water. There are many streams of water flowing over the land. This water is not salty but fresh. These streams of water may be rills, means a shallow channel of running water. Brooks means a small stream. Streams means a narrow river. Rills are the smallest and rivers are the biggest. Rills, brooks, streams join each other to form rivers. Rivers which join to make a bigger river are called its tributaries.
Your next question is, which is the smallest surface water body? I repeat, which is the smallest surface water body? And the answer is, rills are the smallest water bodies.
In some places, a river cascades down a sudden drop. This forms a waterfall. All rivers eventually flow into the ocean. Lakes. A water body formed by water collecting naturally in a low-lying area of land is called a lake. When water particles in the clouds freeze and in cold regions they come down in the form of snow, when layers of snow pile up on the ground, they form ice. When such layers of ice pile up in a low-lying area, they become enormous in size. This huge mass slips down a slope at a very slow speed. This is called a glacier. There are also huge blocks of ice floating in the sea. They are called icebergs. Besides these water bodies on the Earth's surface, there is a lot of water stored in the underground layers of rock. It is called groundwater. We reach it by means of dug wells and bore wells. Many lakes and wells get water from underground springs. The water or ice that occupies the Earth's surface, groundwater, and the water vapor in the atmosphere together form the Earth's hydrosphere. Now, let's learn about the atmosphere on the Earth. The envelope of air around the Earth is called the atmosphere. It means our Earth is surrounded by air from all sides. As we go higher from the surface of the Earth, the air in the atmosphere becomes rare. The air consists of a mixture of gases. They are nitrogen, oxygen, carbon dioxide and water vapor. Some other gases are also there in the air in very small quantities.
Your next question is, write the names of gases present in the atmosphere. And the answer is nitrogen, oxygen, water vapor and carbon dioxide.
The layers of the atmosphere are named as the troposphere, stratosphere, mesosphere, ionosphere and exosphere. The layer that extends from the Earth's surface to a height of about 13 km is called the troposphere. As we all know that the Earth receives heat and light from the sun. Hence, the air nearest the surface is the hottest. As we go higher in the troposphere, it becomes cooler. Almost all the water vapor in the atmosphere is contained in the troposphere. Therefore, all weather related phenomena such as formation of clouds, rain, fog, winds and storms take place in the troposphere. The air on high mountains is rare than the air near the Earth's surface.
My next question is, in which layer of the atmosphere do we see the rainbow? And the answer is, we see a rainbow in troposphere.
Aeroplanes fly in the higher parts of the troposphere. There, the air is very rare. Therefore, arrangements have to be made to ensure that passengers get enough air for breathing. Beyond the troposphere, up to a height of about 50 kilometers from the Earth is the layer called the stratosphere. In the lower part of the stratosphere, there is a layer of a gas called ozone. Ultraviolet rays means harmful rays coming from the sun are harmful for living things, but the ozone layer absorbs them and protects the living world from those rays. How does it rain? Water on the earth evaporates continuously due to the heat of the sun. Water that has percolated means absorbed in the soil, also evaporates due to the heat and enters the atmosphere. As water vapor is lighter than air, it rises high up into the atmosphere. As it goes higher, it cools and condenses, forming very fine droplets of water. The droplets are so small and light that they float in the atmosphere, forming clouds. These small droplets join together and form bigger drops which are heavy. They cannot float. Such drops of water fall down on the earth in the form of rain. The rainwater flows into rills, streams, rivers, and finally into the sea. Ice in the snow-covered regions also melts due to the heat of the sun to finally flow into rivers. The processes of evaporation, condensation, and rainfall go on in a continuous cycle. This is known as the water cycle in nature. Now, let's learn about the biosphere of the earth. There are innumerable kinds of living things on the earth. The various regions of the earth differ in many ways. Some regions are always covered with ice, while others have a hot climate. There are mountains in some places and plains in others. Some places have a lot of rainfall while others are dry deserts. There are salty seas and oceans and also freshwater lakes. The ocean is shallow near the coast, but away from the coastline, the ocean can be several kilometers deep. We see a great variety in the living things that inhabit these different regions. The polar bear is seen only in the snow-bound polar regions. Zebras are found in Africa and kangaroos are found only in Australia. These animals are not found in any other regions. Elephants and lions are found in regions of hot climate. Plants in all these different regions also show a great variety. This variety is characteristic of those different regions. Many different kinds of plants, animals, and microorganisms are found everywhere on the earth, on land, in water, and in the air. Living things exist in the lithosphere, hydrosphere, and atmosphere. They also interact with these spheres. This living world constitutes the biosphere.
Children, we have completed our revision of lesson number 3 and I know you all must have enjoyed today's quiz. So see you in the next session. Bye.